have Charlotte Curtis, Head of Adult Services with your Livingston Parish Library, and I'm here for another session of Keeping Emergency Safe with Brandi Janes, Acting Director of the Livingston Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness, which is a mouthful, so we're going to call it LOHSEP from now on. So, thanks so much again for coming.
You're welcome, thank you.
This series is very, very popular. Our patrons really appreciate you taking time. And I know that it's already been very busy for you because you've weathered a tropical storm and a train derailment just since we started working together.
Right, amidst COVID.
Amidst COVID, that's right.
Yep.
So, before we get to the really important stuff, I want to remind you that at the library, we know that many of you may still prefer to stay close to home, and we want to remind you that we've arranged this wonderful virtual summer reading program to allow you to still have fun while you stay safe. So if you're an adult, 18 and up, and you're watching this, if you have not already done so, register online for our virtual summer reading program for adults. When you do 3 things, that's either read 3 books, or watch 3 of our videos, or watch videos, do a craft, read a book. The point is, when you earn 3 badges, then you complete the summer reading program and you get a nifty bag like this. And in a few minutes, Ms. Janes is going to be telling us some things that you could put inside this bag. But when we give it to you, it's going to be the bag with Imagine Your Story, which was months ago a whimsical thought of what we were going to be doing this summer, but I certainly never imagined my story of the summer of 2020 to be anything like we've had so far.
Yes, none of us did.
No.
Yeah.
And inside the bag, we will give you a lovely notepad and a pencil, all themed with the Imagine Your Story motto. You'll notice up here on the table, I know that you know that we are more than books here at the library, but you may not know exactly what all that means. That means that you can check out cake pans and things like this. So if you're staying home and staying safe instead of going out to celebrate a birthday or an anniversary or something like that, it's perfect. You can go online, look and see the variety. This is just one of the types of cake pans we have. Put in a hold. It will be delivered to your local branch if it isn't housed there normally. Then you can look at all of the beautiful cookbooks. This is one of my favorites, Let Them Eat Cake. You can also look at magazines like Louisiana Cooking, Louisiana Light. We've got a variety of things. Now, if you're one of those people that absolutely positively is really trying to do the right thing, while you're staying home, instead of putting on the pounds like many of us have, we also have books like Keto for Life that you can check out. Remember, if you are concerned about coming inside, we have curbside pickup. So arrange to have your book delivered to your local library branch. And then when you get here, call the number and we'll bring it outside and put it on a table. Easy peasy. Because we're always looking for ways that we can serve you, even if we can't have you come in and have a traditional summer reading program. But I'm dying to hear what you can tell us about assembling home emergency plans. And you surprised me when we were talking before we started filming, because when you talked about, when we did plans last week, we're talking now about emergency kits, and I thought, I know it's going to go in there. It's going to be mercurochrome and peroxide and cotton balls and Band-Aids. But that's not all yet, is it?
No, ma'am, it sure is not. There's a long list of items that you can put in your kit. And again, as I've said before, even with emergency plans, every household is different in what they need. But I did want to start with saying it doesn't necessarily need to be a tub, but it can be a tub of stuff that you keep hidden in a closet. It can be an entire closet, like mine at home is my coat closet in the hallway.
Really?
It's where I just have everything. Yes, and in those kits, you need to have stuff like, extra toilet paper. I know that was that's kind of funny because
No.
of COVID, we ran out of toilet paper in the stores because everybody was going crazy for it. But, it is a good idea to have, extra toilet paper, paper towel, you wanna have, extra blankets, extra pillows, you wanna have tarps in case something falls on your home.
I didn't think of that.
Yes, cause during most disasters, like a hurricane or the 2016 flood, there were no stores open, so
No.
if something falls on your house,
How are you gonna?
yeah, if emergency responders are busy doing rescues, they might not be able to get to your home fast enough to, minimize the damage, and so you need to have that kind of thing on hand yourself. And you can get those at any store, you can get them at Walmart, Home Depot, I've even seen them at the Dollar Generals,
Oh, yes.
Family Dollar, all that, so it's a good idea to have tarps. You definitely wanna have food, non-perishable food,
Like,
canned goods, I know that, this is Livingston Parish, and I know a lot of people are into actually canning, so that's a good idea.
and you wanna make sure that you've got a manual can opener, right?
Yes, manual can opener, because as we all know, even on a nice day, the wind just needs to blow and you lose power, so,
Or a train needs to derail.
a train derails and miles of the parish, end up without power.
Right.
Yes, so you need to have a lot of manual things, you need to have an abundance of first aid kit type things.
Like,
Peroxide, iodine, Band-Aids, gauze, Tylenol, ibuprofen, just anything that you would typically see in a large, first aid kit. And anything else that somebody in the house, like, we all have different things go on, there might be something that happens, somebody fall and skin their knee, or, break an arm, something like that, that can make you think of stuff you need, like a splint, all of those kind of things.
is there a place that, a website or something that you could recommend where people could go and get ideas for what could go in the kit?
Yes, as we mentioned in the episode on the emergency plan,
Right.
ready.gov,
READY.gov,
Yes,
and that's
ma'am.
going to give us,
that is a huge resource for all kinds of stuff. They will tell
Really?
you, they might even have information on, where to find generator type stuff, how to start fires, all of that kind of thing.
wait, how to start fires?
Yes, if you need a flint and, things are out for warmth and stuff like that.
Wow, really?
If they don't have it on the website, they typically have links to show you where to go to find that kind of stuff, so, so there's that website, there's getagameplan.org, which is from the state.
GETAGAMEPLAN.org,
Correct.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's Louisiana.
Yes, that is through LOHSEP, so that's the Governor's Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness.
Your buddy.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. So they have a lot of resources there too. They have lots of checklists to help you figure out what to put in your kits and stuff like that. Another thing I wanted to mention is radios.
Radios.
You wanna have a radio, you wanna have backup batteries. We had previously spoken about the radios that have the hand crank. That is so much better, to have because, you can only have so many batteries,
Sure.
And I don't know if everybody else, has this happen to them. I'll pull a battery out of a brand new pack and that one battery is just not working. I don't know why. So you toss that one to the side and you grab another one. So that can happen to you. So if you have the hand crank one, that's always gonna work as long as you can turn that crank. And they also have flashlights that are exactly the same.
Really?
I have one of those at home. I also have one that has a little, solar panel in it that you can just set out
I
in
saw
a sunny
those at
area.
the Dollar Tree, I think.
Yes, and it's amazing the kind of stuff you get at the Dollar Tree. Like most of my first aid kit is supplied through, Dollar Tree or anything like that. Cause it can get expensive if you buy a lot of things and you don't go to those places that have exactly the same thing just at a cheaper price. So,
While you were talking, I started thinking, you mentioned if someone had an accident and you needed to splint. It's been a long time since Girl Scouts. Can you recommend any kind of, first aid resource, or is that available online?
that is available online. I know that the American Red Cross offers training in all of that. I've had the training before. They teach you CPR and basic first aid, which includes doing splints, resetting a bone, you know, all of those kind of things. So they're a really good resource as well.
And
you know,
right now, of course, with everyone having to be socially distant, as of course we are right now,
yes.
I know those classes aren't going on, but you could still watch a video.
You can watch videos. They may do some online courses.
I'm sure they are.
I would think that they would be. I mean, they're known for emergency preparedness type stuff. So I would think that they would offer videos and online courses. So that's a resource to check out. I know there's YouTube videos, you know, just make sure you're watching a credible site. Yeah, a credible source for those sort of things. But
and you mentioned checklists. If you need a place to print, you can come to your local library branch, because right now during the current crisis you can print black and white items for free. So be sure and come, and you can print out all your checklists, and that way you can make sure that you have everything in your plan and in your kit that you need to have.
yes.
So, alright, so when we say kit, I was thinking of something like a tackle box or a toolbox that was just gonna have a lot of Band-Aids and things like that. But you're talking, I never thought about blankets or pillows or tarps, never thought about tarps.
Right. Yeah, there's all kind of things that you can put in your kit. And like I said, those websites offer checklists that help you at least get an idea of what generally goes in those kits, and it may lead to other ideas of what's not on those lists. Your kit doesn't have to be universal with everybody else's kit. It needs to be geared towards your household.
As crazy as this sounds, when we went without power during Katrina for, 10 days, I was going out of my mind, because what are you gonna do? We couldn't get newspaper delivery, obviously couldn't watch television, and we wanted to save the generator for the really valuable things like the refrigerator.
Yes.
So I know that I'm gonna make sure that I've got plenty of stuff to read, and maybe some Monopoly or
board games are good, card games, coloring books.
And if you're watching this video, remember, because I know you've all signed up for the summer reading program, this is a badge. As soon as you earn one badge, then you're entered into the weekly drawing at your local branch. And guess what the weekly prize is for adults? If your name gets picked, then we happen to be giving away adult coloring books and map pencils. We were
thinking of this, yes.
And they will go perfectly inside your bag, see, so you're getting a good start.
Yes, yes, and coloring, I know for me, helps calm my nerves, so, I mean, that's not just a children's thing to do.
No.
I know adults love to color as well. So yeah, anything.
Knitting, crochet, whatever is gonna help you relieve stress.
Right, if you know hurricane season is coming and you wanna learn how to knit, just make sure before hurricane season starts, you either download something that teaches you how to do it, or you come get a book from the library. And when the power goes out or you're stuck at home, then that's something that you can do. I mean, you're gonna have time on your hands.
Right.
So why not learn that craft? Yes.
That's great. I never ever would have thought of that. I was thinking strictly first aid stuff, which I thought, okay, great, that's, we need to do that. But I was not thinking about all the other things that need to be included.
Yes, because not only do you have to think about your physical health, but you need to think about your mental health during situations like that as well.
We mentioned food. What about water?
Water is very important, because, during a disaster, you never know if the water system is going to get messed up. You might not have pressure, or there could be some kind of contaminant. I recommend, instead of, you still need to buy like water bottles,
right,
of course, but it doesn't hurt to take your milk jugs. Once you're done with them, wash them out and fill them up with the filtered water, and just place them in your kit or your closet like I have. And so,
how much water does one person need per day?
Oh my, there's different calculations, but I would say about 8 to 10 of those bottled waters a a day. And I know
But
most
when
of
we
us
say
don't
bottled,
get that.
you're talking about
The
not
16
gallons,
points.
okay.
The 16 point something,
So that's about a gallon a day?
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so about a gallon,
Right, and it would just depend on what you're doing, you know, of
Got
course, if you're in the heat, you might need more.
if you're out in the backyard cutting up a
Yes,
tree
yes,
cause it fell.
Yeah, cause you could still drink your 8 bottles of water a day, but if you're sweating it all out, you're still gonna get dehydrated,
Got it.
which can then make you sluggish, it can make you feel sick, it can cause all kinds of problems, so you definitely need to stay hydrated.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Well, thanks again. Every time you come, I think, how did I manage? Cause I always learn so much when we
Good, I'm
talk.
glad, thank you.
Okay, again, this is Charlotte Curtis with the library and Brandi Janes with LOHSEP, and we're telling all of you to be prepared and stay safe.